So it's been a while since I've made a video about Bolt.new, so I thought I'd give you five updates that you might have missed about the tool recently. So obviously they have changed a lot of the models here, and the latest models at the time of recording are there for you as well. Cloud code under the hood. But let's go on to the first one. So the first one is that you can actually add images to your website. So like you can just generate images. So I was actually doing this before, like I would add an admin section, which is something that you can often think about for your websites, is to add an admin section if you want to do something. Now we don't need to do this anymore. You can see that it's now generating images and it's going to add this to my landing page. But sometimes it is good to have an admin. I have an admin for this app, for example. I can see all the users, I can see that type of information, and it's often a good place to start. So I just said, add me an image of a handsome man in a cafe speaking English to a laptop in Singapore, and add it to the homepage. So you can see now it's generating the image and it is deciding where it is going to put it. So really this is agentic coding, you can see, because it's doing one task and then it's going to add it in the hero section when the user is logged in. Interesting. So it says it's going to add it here. I'm quite interesting to see where it's going to add it now. Okay, so it has added it. I think it looks pretty good. I like the image. I'm not really sure about the design. I don't know. What do you think? It's good. It's not bad, I'd say. Let me see what it looks like in full screen here. Okay, I still don't know what to think about it. I really like the image, actually. It was what I was looking for, but I don't really know about the structure. But anyway, let's move on. So something else we can do is to actually edit the image once we've got it. So you just click on it here, and then we've got the image section, and then we can actually edit this image with whatever it is we want. So I'm actually quite happy with this image. I think it's exactly what I wanted. But if you want to change it in any way, you can just type in whatever it is you want. So really cool if if the AI doesn't get exactly what you want the first time. Well, another new feature, well, it's not that new actually, but something that you might have missed is this button here. So this is an SEO boost, right? So I have it enabled here for this website, but maybe you didn't see it or you don't know. When you actually publish, it's only available for custom domains. So you need to not use the Bolt names that you get. But how this works is basically because when you use a tool like Bolt.new, it's like the browser is writing all the code. So it's hard for like search engines like Google to kind of come and see the code, because usually what was happening before, many websites like built on WordPress, for example, they create what's known as a static site. And it's like the page is there, the HTML is all there, so Google can easily read that. So these sites made on Bolt are called CSR, client site rendering. What this does now is kind of like you have your page, right? Because I'm using Bolt to create a lot of blog posts and stuff like that. So if you just publish your post on Bolt, the content is going to be empty, right? It's not going to be able to see. Now, Google can actually crawl this. It's going to come and crawl your website. It's going to see it's empty, but it knows that it's made in React, whatever language it's going to be made in. And then it's going to come back a few weeks later and check it again. It can read this content. I have pages ranking at the top of Google. But what this does is basically it renders HTML for the search bot to come and see. So that's what this SEO boost does. If you want to check whether it's working or whatever, you can go to like your page here. So this is my app here, right? And you just go right click and go view page source. So you can see there's not much here. When a page has a lot of HTML, obviously it's going to have tons of stuff down here. You can also go to this rich results test on Google. Test out your website here. So it's going to test the live URL. You can see now exactly what Google is seeing. It's going to take a screenshot and stuff. So obviously there is quite a lot of work you have to do to get optimized for SEO. So you can see here that there is 2 valid items detected. So on my other side, I need to move it over to the Bolt hosting and enable the SEO, because yeah, it doesn't show anything here. So you can see this, and then you can see the HTML is there. You can see, read it all there. You can see the screenshot. So you can see what exactly Google is seeing. So another feature that you might have missed is something called the clear context. So if you just type this slash command, well, it comes up straight away here, but clear context. So that's going to clear all of this. And that's quite beneficial, I have to say, because sometimes when you're building something, right, I've got my image now. I want to move on to something different. It doesn't need to read all of that, because now, let's say I'm working on in the app or something, or there's tons of stuff here that maybe is just not really that valuable to it anymore. So you can just click clear. You can just type /clear, and it's cleared the context. And now just going to start again. So whenever I want to add, I just realized that I actually wanted some of that context up above. But anyway, so whenever I want to go again, now it's not going to take in all this context, because I'm going to move onto something different, right? So this is also really important for cost control. So every token involved, right? So it's going to take in a lot more tokens for like all this context, and the context of what you've been doing is like making your whole thing just way more bloated. And I think that's something people are talking about, right? Context management is like, you just want to tell AI exactly what it is you're doing, and don't give it like loads of confusing things, because then it has to filter through all of that. And it's just going to really improve your performance of how you're working with Bolt. So the fourth thing is the difference now that you can see when you use the visual select, you now have it done in terms of divs. So you can just choose the different sections, and that again is just giving more context to Bolt exactly what it is that you want. So it makes it a little bit clearer. You can just okay, I really want to change like that space there. I don't know why that space is there, but you can say I want to delete that or whatever. Okay, number 5 is these Bolt connectors, right? So you can add custom MCPs, right? I don't think you can actually just add whatever it is you want. I've tried to add some custom MCPs, and they didn't have like permission. I wanted to add Canva, for example, but you can see a lot of the popular ones that people are using. This Context 7, a lot of people use it for up-to-date docs for LLMs, because the amount of times I've searched for, a kind of a doc on 11 Labs or image models is the worst, trying to find like the right image model, and it's searching, and like the new docs are not on Google, right? So this search bar is like searching for information about the latest image model, and it's not there on Google because it's just brand new. So this can be great. Context 7 or Miro or Linear for your tickets or anything like that. It can be pretty cool. Okay, and the last update that you might have missed is that you can now input Figma frames. So you can just paste in like a specific frame. It's not just the whole project, right? You can bring in a frame. So that can be pretty interesting if you just want to bring in something like that. Just copy links to selection, right? So you can see the different layers here. Copy paste as, copy link to selection, and then copy it into Bolt, and you'll get the frame. So super valuable, because before it was kind of, you could only really use Figma at the start of a project, or else it just was too difficult really to get it to work. Okay, so if you are interested, I'm running a community. It's kind of all about marketing apps. So building is quite easy, I find now. There are some little tricks like the things that I told you in this video, but I feel like the marketing part is like the most interesting part for me. Like I'm marketing my apps through SEO, a little bit of YouTube as well, but mainly through SEO. So I'm making courses about Bolt.new. There's a course about Bolt.new in there. There's a course about AI SEO in there. So that kind of intersection of ideas, whereas like we want to build apps and then we want to get customers to them. It's really, really coming together now. They've got people really engaged, and I've had some really good ideas. So there's really good stuff in there. If you want to join, come join us now. Thanks for watching.